Shalom. Shabbat Shalom for those of y'all on the East Coast. Shalakia. It's not quite Shabbat for me yet. On the West Coast. Shabbat Shalom, family. Salakia, it's been so much going on. It's been so much going on. I did not even realize. Salakia. I'm sorry, y'all. That was my fault. My camera stand. That was me. I was rushing. I didn't put my camera stand up right. Shalom, Israel. All praise to Yahweh Shema Mashiach Yahushai. Shabbat Shalom to those of y'all on the East Coast that's already dark or whatever other parts of the earth that you're in. We here on the West Coast, we got about another 2 hours. And I want to open up by saying Salakia, y'all. It's been so much going on, I did not realize Hanukkah Feast of Dedication is literally less than 3 weeks away. I'm thinking it's like a month away, 5 weeks, but I forgot, but I didn't forget. Shalom, Micah Allah, H.O.I DMV in the building. I forgot, but I didn't forget, if that makes sense, because I keep up with the feast day calendar. But I just didn't realize it was so late in November. It's already so-called Thanksgiving. I realized because I said, damn, my children start vacation next week. So Hanukkah Feast of Dedication is literally less than 3 weeks out, right? It's about 2.5 weeks out, a little over 2.5 weeks. So normally each year we do prep videos. We may not do it every year. If you go back, I got quite a few videos. Hanukkah 2021, Hanukkah 2022, how to keep the Feast of Dedication, whatever. Or in the years that we don't do it, those years within the Hanukkah lessons that we do for the opening and the closing, we explain how to celebrate the 8 days. It's just really eat, drink, and be merry and read the story, pray, and rejoice with your family and your congregation, and remember the history of Hanukkah Feast of Dedication. That's really how you celebrate in a nutshell. All the deep history and everything we go into when we go into the lesson. But this year, y'all, I'm going to do a quick video for y'all, and I might do one more before Shalom Azariah. I might do one more before Hanukkah Feast of Dedication actually starts. So Feast of Dedication falls a little bit early this year. It's actually the week after 2 weeks after so-called Thanksgiving, right? So Feast of Dedication Hanukkah falls on December 6th, Wednesday, December 6th at even this year. All right. If y'all got the calendar, y'all should know that. Have it written down. You know, I knew that, of course, but I just didn't realize how quick it was coming up upon us. So I'm going to do a quick short lesson for y'all on how to celebrate the Feast of Dedication or Hanukkah or Hanukkah. First and foremost, y'all have to get y'all menorahs. Let me show y'all that. This year, of course, I got the menorahs again for sale. Salakia to y'all, it's already sundown, but, you know, it's not sundown yet for me. All right. So before anybody gets simple, all right, the elders selling stuff on the Shabbat, right? It's not Shabbat for me yet. Y'all can private this video. Y'all can, don't watch this video till sundown tomorrow if you're over righteous. But anyway, I have menorahs again this year. Right here, this is the 7-inch with Shalom and Jerusalem on it. All right, it's Shalom on one side and then Jerusalem on the other side. And on the different candlesticks, it's the different symbols for the tribes. All right, that's the 7-inch. I have also in the same design, that same exact design, the 10-inch. This is the 10-inch menorah with Shalom on one side and Jerusalem on the other side. This also comes in a round design. This 10-inch one also comes in a round design. Same thing, but in a round design. And it also has the symbols of the different tribes on them or going across. All right. That's the 10-inch. All right. And it also comes in a round design. And the 10 and the 7-inch can come as a set. You can order them as a set also. Or you can get like one 10-inch and two 7-inches to go on the side of them. You can order them as a set like that also. There's a discount when you order them as a set. Also, all right, that's the 10-inch right there. All right, so we got the 7-inch and the 10-inch. And they can come as a set. They can come as a set or they can come as 3 in 1, right? That's the 7-inch and the 10-inch, all right? Also, I'm going to be showing more throughout. I'll be advertising pictures and everything. And I may do another video concerning the dedication and showing some more menorahs. I also have, well, let me go all the way up. 5-inch, 6-inch, 7-inch, 10-inch. I have 12-inch. I have 15-inch. I have 2 designs in the 12-inch, 3 designs in the 15-inch. I have a 16-inch in one design, a 18-inch in one design. I have a 21-inch in one design. I have a 24-inch in 3 designs. And then I have a 36-inch or 3 feet. That's the one y'all saw me standing next to because I'm so short. I have that 3 feet, 36-inch in one design. So those are the sizes from 5-inch to 3 feet. Or anywhere in between there, right? 5, 6-inch, 7-inch, 10-inch, 12-inch, 15-inch, 16-inch, 18-inch, 24-inch or 2 feet, and 36-inch, which is 3 feet. All right, real quick, let me get Zechariah 4 and 2. All right. The menorah was in the temple. We burned it with olive oil. Nowadays, we burn it with candles to give light in the temple. And you burn the menorah for the 8 days of Hanukkah. All right, you burn it for the 8 days of the Feast of Dedication to remember the 8 days of the feast. All right, you burn it each night or each day throughout the 8 days of the feast. All right, so let's go to Zechariah chapter 4 and verse 2. We've gone over this other years, but we got to do a refresher. You know, sometimes y'all ask, did you do a Hanukkah announcement video this year? And I might be like, no, you know, I did the 2 years past. You know, I don't think I did one last year, or maybe I did, I forget, but I'm doing one this year. But sometimes we may not do it every year because every year we go back over to Hanukkah and you have to, Shalom, be born in the building. Shalom, what up, Ak? Right, East New York. Right, so but you have to go back the previous years and watch the lessons, and then you'll know what it's all about. But sometimes we still come back and do an updated lesson for that year, updated announcement for that year. Zechariah 4 and 2, and said unto me, what seest thou? And I said, I have looked, and behold, a candlestick all of gold. So Zechariah saw a vision of this giant menorah, and a bowl upon the top of it. So this is the candlestick that would be in the middle, and a bowl on top of it, all right? Like a bowl. Like I said, this some of them come in round shapes, some come more square, all right? And his 7 lamps thereon, and 7 pipes, all right? That's the pipes. 7 lamps, that's where you burn your candles, or you could burn your olive oil wicks. And the 7 pipes thereon, and 7 pipes to the 7 lamps, which are upon the top thereof. See that? So what is Zechariah describing? The menorah, what they call the so-called menorah or the candlestick. All right, so to celebrate Hanukkah, you have to have your menorah because you have to burn it for the 8 days of the feast. It's best to burn it sundown each day. I burn my menorah all throughout the 8 days. Daylight, nighttime, afternoon, I just burn it continually. All right, but it's good to burn it each of the 8 nights at sundown to commemorate the 8-day feast of dedication or Hanukkah. All right, so inbox me if you need to order your menorahs. Like I said, I got sizes from 5 inches all the way up to 3 feet. Of course, different price ranges. I really don't discuss prices openly, but you can email me at houseofisraelnyc@gmail.com. gmail.com. House of Israel, like the country Israel, NYC, like New York City, at gmail.com for your menorahs, your different sizes. I'll send y'all pictures, and I'll have updated videos of all pictures of all the different sizes. All right? But I really want to concentrate on announcing the Hanukkah or the Feast of Dedication because it's coming up so fast. All right? It just crept up on us. All right? So let's go to, we're going to go to 1 Maccabees, the 4th chapter. All right? So, y'all get at me if y'all need y'all menorahs, right? Let's go to 1 Maccabees, the 4th chapter, though, real quick, briefly. Y'all going to get all the history when we do the Hanukkah service, you know, the basic history. The history is intense. We can go deep in, but we'll give you a lot of the basic history when we do the actual lesson on the feast day on December 6th at sundown. If you're any, me personally, I will be celebrating with H.O.I. Los Angeles this year. All right, H.O.I. Los Angeles in the building, right? I will be celebrating with L.A. this year, but all the other states that we have an H.O.I. congregation in or that you're near to, all right, contact us, email me, or inbox me here on Facebook, Kanai Zabach on Facebook, or email me, houseofisraelnyc@gmail.com, and I will direct you to the nearest state or the state that you're in that we have a H.O.I. congregation. Or if you're in the UK, we're in the UK, shout out to H.O.I. UK. Wherever you at, we can direct you to a congregation to keep the feast. All right, if you want to keep it with H.O.I. But 1 Maccabees chapter 4 and verse 52. So we know the Hanukkah or the Feast of Dedication is the story of the Maccabees, which were Levites, which we believe today would be the so-called Haitians. Now, a lot of people out there got problems with the 12 tribes chart, but that's fine. All right, believe what you want to believe. May Yahweh Shai have mercy on us and gather all the 12 tribes together, whoever may they be. And if we were wrong, may he have mercy on us and may he direct us to show us who all the 12 tribes are and we gather together as a nation. That's what's most important. Khan, can I get a Khan 777 on that? Because you got Israelites that want to fight us, want to beat us up. Because they say you got an all-Negro doctrine. I mean, they got an all-Negro doctrine. You letting Puerto Rican, Mexican, Colombian heathens in our nation, and you destroying our nation. And they want to damn near beat you up. They want to pull out guns at camp on brothers. They want to fight brothers. They threatening to roll up on brothers with knives. And this is all the stuff I've heard over the Negro only 12 tribe chart. So if we're wrong, may the Most High Yahweh Shai and you violent brothers, you brothers are so violent. You come to H.O.I., we're going to send your ass back to the Most High. No, I'm just kidding. No folly. But brothers, don't come attacking the camp over doctrine. Don't do that. Because brothers got a right to defend themselves. If you disagree, just stay your ass home on the internet and cry about it all day. But don't come to camp pulling guns on brothers and wanting to fight brothers over a 12 tribe chart. All right? You come to H.O.I., we're going to send your ass back to the Most High. Nah, I'm just messing with y'all. No folly. See, the elder is carnal. Give me Romans 8 and 6, huh? To be carnally minded is death. No, don't get simple. But I'm just saying, we're not out there to fight nobody to be, especially over doctrine. I'm not fighting nobody over disagreement in scriptures. If you attack me and I got to defend myself, Sham, them cats be bugged out. If you attack me or H.O.I. and we got to defend ourselves, all we going to tell you is, brother, we don't agree. We probably not even going to debate you. Because y'all be wanting to go on endless debate. And even in the debate, you want to get emotional. But anyway, let me reel it on back to what we're talking about, the Hanukkah. But we believe the Levites would be the so-called Haitians today. If they're not, if they're not, then Yahweh Shah will show us that. But that's what we believe and understand according to the chart. But the Haitians were Levites, were so-called, the Levites, the Maccabees was Levites, which are so-called Haitians today, that stood up and fought against the Greek attack on Jerusalem, right, around circa, I want to say 164, 165 BC, I believe, circa. right, where Judas and the Maccabees fought, right? Yeah, I'm not fighting over doctrine, man. I'm not getting in a shootout or have to yoke a brother up and disarm him, take his damn rifle from him because he want to shoot me because I don't have an all-Negro 12 tribe. You brothers, please don't come to any H.O.I camps with that folly. We don't even want to debate you guys. And it's not because we scared or we running, but when you start to bring out the information, brothers get emotional and upset. Then they start talking over you. They start insulting you. They start disrespecting you. Then they say you ain't proved nothing. You didn't answer the question. Well, I did. You don't agree with the answer, but I did answer it. Now, you can say you don't agree or the answer is wrong according to your research, but I answered it. You don't agree with it. No, that's just that one West doctrine. Yeah, I can't stand when you brothers do that. So let's just peacefully disagree. That's all. And if you're right and we're wrong, teach what you're going to teach, and the people will be edified so. And the people will flock to you. They'll be like, that Negro-only doctrine is the right thing. Leave them other guys with them Hispanic heathens in their camps, them Indian heathens in their camps. Leave them alone. And that's what happened. The Most High be with y'all. You ain't got to fight or shoot a brother over doctrine. The Spirit will take care of that. But anyway, back to the fact of the matter. So this was a group of brothers that stood up and fought against the Greek Inquisition when the temple got taken over and got defiled by Greek and heathen nations that came in and took over Israel with sellout Israelites. Read the story, read 1st and 2nd Maccabees on your own to get the history. And the Maccabees rose up and said, look, if we don't fight, we all just going to die off, or we all going to be subject to heathen customs. We got to fight. But this was in a spirit because Hanukkah Feast of Dedication was prophesied in Daniel's the 8th chapter. This is your homework. Daniel's chapter 8 and Daniel's chapter 11 prophesies the Feast of Dedication. It prophesies the feast. It prophesies Salakia. It prophesied a Roman Inquisition. It prophesies that, and then it prophesied that there will be a remnant of Jews that will rise up and fight against the Roman Inquisition and cleanse and rededicate the temple back to the Most High. That's your homework. Daniel's the 8th chapter and Daniel's the 11th chapter. Have Bible commentaries and history and be ready to look stuff up because it's going to give you the history of what Daniel was prophesying about. All right, that's your homework. We don't have to get into that now. This is just a quick, how to deal with Hanukkah. So now fast forward, 1st Maccabees chapters 1 through 4 is the fulfillment of the prophecy in Daniel chapter 8 and 11, where the Lord prophesied through Daniel, there will be an uprising of the Greeks, but there will be an Israelite remnant that will fight against them, chase them out of Jerusalem, chase them out of the temple, and cleanse and rededicate the temple back to the Most High. That's what the word Hanukkah or Hanukkah means in the ancient Paleo Hebrew. It means dedication. All right. The Most High, the Hebrew language is direct, so it's not going to necessarily say rededication. It's just going to get to the point. Dedicate. We just dedicating the temple again back to the Most High. If everybody understand me, give me a con 777. That's a quick verbal breakdown, very simple understanding of the Hanukkah. That's so simple a baby can understand it. All right. Now, fast forward. 1st Maccabees 4 and 52. Y'all can read 1st Maccabees 1 through 1st Maccabees 4:51 on your own. 1st Maccabees 4:52. Now, on the 5 and 20th day of the 9th month, which is called the month Caslu, or Kislev in the ancient Babylonian, the 9th month, in the 148th year, they rose up betimes in the morning. Betimes means early. They rose up exceptionally early in the morning, right? Like my brother Black Thought said on that 10-minute freestyle he did on Funkmaster Flex Hot 97. He said, I wake up early as eggs, right? Meaning when the chickens, when the cocks are crowing, when they crowing in the morning, I'm waking up. So that they woke up very early at like what they call sunrise, right? They woke up very early in the morning. Reading on it says, and offered sacrifice according to the law upon a new altar of burnt offerings which they had made. Right? When it says according to the law, remember, going all the way back to the time of Abraham, I believe it's Genesis the 12th chapter, there was an evening and a morning sacrifice. Because when you read Genesis 26 and 5, the Lord told you that Abraham kept the law. Even though the law wasn't given until Moses, but the law was dealing with Abraham and the patriarchs direct. And when you read Genesis, the law, all throughout Genesis, the law was being kept. But the Lord gave it became a verbal and a written tradition when the Lord gave it to Moses, when he officially gave it to Moses on Mount Sinai. But it tell you in Genesis 26:5, I'm just quoting because it's a quick video. Y'all can read all that on your own. So Abraham had an evening and morning sacrifice. What happened when you speed up to Leviticus chapters 1 through 10? There was an evening and a morning sacrifice, and there were different type of sacrifices. So when they took the temple back from the Greeks and the heathens and the sellout Israelites, they cleansed the temple and they brought back the daily morning and evening sacrifice. That's why they rose up early in the morning to offer sacrifices according to the law. All right, reading on. Verse 54. Look at what time and what day the heathen had profaned it. Even in this was it dedicated with songs and citherns and harps and cymbals. All right. So they was, we can have music, Israel. Some of y'all get over righteous and say, dude, you niggas want to rap in Israel. No, we can have righteous music. Of course, Israel not going to sit around with all that talent and energy. A brother might have wanted to be a rapper in the world, but he had to sell his soul and rap about the destruction of his own people. He had to be like a damn drill rapper, or just rapping about drugs and guns and making whores out of your own woman and killing your own brothers and your ops. So now brothers still got that talent, but come in Israel. So he write about the Most High and the laws and the commandments and about Israel coming together, the destruction of Esau. Now he turns that talent into righteousness. So they had songs and citherns and harps and cymbals. They had righteous music. All right. So don't be over righteous, Israel. If you choose not to deal with Hebrew music or go to a Hebrew concert or whatever, that's on you. Then you be a damn a killjoy and just stay home and just be playing or whatever. Every man is different. All right. But you can't judge brothers. If they're not breaking any laws, they're just singing music to the Most High. They're not breaking any laws. All right. Even if it's the Sabbath, even if it's the Shabbat, they're singing music to the Most High. So they're not breaking any law. Don't be over righteous, Israel. All right. So now 1 Maccabees 4:52 through 54. Write this down in your notes. That links up with 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verses 54 to 64. Now, all this is homework for y'all. We're not going to read it now. Y'all got to read it on your own. In 1 Maccabees 4:54, it says, look at what time and what day the heathen had profaned it. Because what? 3 years earlier, on the same day, the temple was defiled. The Lord had it with the same day, the 25th day of the 9th month, Judas and the Maccabees cleansed it to mock the heathen. The same day that they set up the abomination of desolation, the Lord had the righteous Israelites come and cleanse the temple and start the Feast of Dedication as a mockery to the heathen on the same day that defiled it 3 years earlier. If everybody understand, give me a con 777. So once again, that's 1 Maccabees 4:52 to 54 with 1 Maccabees chapter 1, verses 54 to 64. All right, link that up. All right, read that on your own and get the understanding. Reading on, 1 Maccabees 4:55. Then all the people fell upon their faces, worshiping and praising the power of Israel, who had given them good success. All right, that's Joshua 1:7 through 9. 1 Maccabees 4:55 with Joshua 1:7 through 9. Right, the Lord said, when you keep his commandments and the book of the law don't depart out of your mouth, then shall you have good success. 1 Maccabees 4:54 with Joshua 1:7 through 9. 1 Maccabees 4:56. And so they kept the dedication of the altar 8 days and offered burnt offerings with gladness and sacrificed the sacrifice of deliverance and peace. And that's why you burn your menorah, your 7-branch menorah. You burn it for 8 days. You burn it each 8 days of the Feast of Dedication. So let's say this year, Feast of Dedication starts on Wednesday, December 6th at even. On Wednesday, December 6th at even, you should have your menorah in your home and light your menorah when the sun goes down to start off the Hanukkah. Burn some frankincense and myrrh, anoint yourself, send up some prayers, and go over the lesson with us. Or hell, you should be somewhere gathering with us. But if you're gathering with us, we're gonna be lighting the menorah at sundown. But if you're in your home and you can't make it, light the menorah at sundown, all 7 branches. All right. Also, the 8-branch menorah is not, the 9-branch menorah is not in our history. I know some of y'all get that because a lot of times you can't find places. That's what made me go into selling the menorahs and getting them. I had to dig and get some connects so I can, because people kept asking me, everywhere I go, Elder, I only see 9-branch menorah. I only see 9-branch menorah. I only see 9-branch menorah. All right. So I had to, you know, go and do what I had to do to bring, you know, that's what I really got into it for, to help the brothers and sisters out. Get the proper 7-branch menorah. All right. Not the 9-branch. The 9, they're going to tell you that's the Hanukkah. No, it's the 7-branch menorah that you burn for 8 days. Now, if you want to burn 1 candle per night, like you can do that to remind you of which day you on. You know, you can remind you of which day you on. But by the 7th day, you're going to run out. So you're still going to have to remember it's the 8th day, whatever. All right. And they, the so-called white Jews now. Yeah, she said Amazon has them, but yours is better, Elder. Yeah, or you go to Amazon. But the hell with Amazon. Support Hebrew business. Nah, I ain't mad at you. Go where, you know, wherever. I'm not one of them vendors that make people feel guilty if you go buy something from somewhere else. It's up to you. You know, I don't force people to do business with me. It is what it is. All right. But anyway, but I see what you're saying, Sister Netta. God. Right. But anyway, there's no 9-branch menorah. It's only 7 branches. You burn the 7-branch menorah for all 8 days. It's not a 9-branch menorah and you burn it. You burn all 8 lights and then there's one in the middle to light the 8. No. All right. That's Jewish folklore. That's Amalek, so-called white Jew, Jewish folklore. The menorah is 7 candlesticks. That's it. 7 candlesticks, the true menorah. All right. That's the one right there. Now, reading on. All right. Reading on. Shalom. Shalom Yeremiah. Shalom Azariah. Shalom Talia. Shalom everybody that's coming on. Kwame Shalom. All right. Reading on. They deck also the forefront of the temple with crowns of gold and with shields, and the gates and the chambers they renewed and hang doors upon them. And yes, you can decorate your house. All right, and don't let none of these over-righteous brews tell you trying to be like Christmas. Do you know you have Israelites that don't celebrate Hanukkah Feast of Dedication because they're saying you're just trying to have a Jewish Christmas when the Feast of Dedication is in the history, you damn dingbat. You want to be so over-righteous and appear so more better than other brothers and sisters. I'm not having a Jewish Christmas. The Feast of Dedication is in the history. That goes to show you I don't know the scriptures. And I'm not one to come off proud like that. Salakia, y'all. But throughout this season, it kind of slowed down over the years because we've been cutting the hell out of them with the history. But you'll get a brew. Where's Hanukkah in Leviticus 23? It's not in Leviticus 23, but it is. And now go sit for 3 years and read Leviticus 23, and then when y'all figure it out, come back to me. Technically, the Feast of Dedication is in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter, and I'm going to let y'all ponder that. Well, what is the elder talking about? Nope. Right? That's deep information. Now, no folly, but technically, and we'll get into some of that when we break the Hanukkah down. But you got these over-righteous Hebrews. Hanukkah, Feast of Dedication, is not Leviticus 23. That's a man-made Christmas. No. Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah, it's prophesied. It was a prophetic feast day. It's prophesied in Daniel's the 8th chapter and Daniel's the 11th chapter. That's your homework. Anything y'all don't understand, we're going to explain it in the lesson. This is just a short lesson. I'm just getting to some points here. All right. And maybe I'll do another video getting a little bit deep into it. And then on an actual Feast of Dedication, we'll break the whole thing down whole thing down with the history. But now, I want y'all to learn to get into studying and understanding things on your own. So go read Daniel's, the 8th chapter and the 11th verse. The 8th chapter and the 11th chapter. That's the prophecy of Hanukkah happening. Because what? Feast of Dedication didn't come until later on during the Greek captivity. Daniel was during the Babylonian captivity. You had the Medo-Persian, and then you had the Greek captivity, which then led into the Roman captivity. So Hanukkah Feast of Dedication, it's a prophetic feast day. The Lord didn't give it to us in Leviticus 23 because he prophesied it was a feast day to be fulfilled during the history of the Greeks. And the Lord said, then I'm going to add it to the calendar. That's why when you read St. John 10:22, right, we don't have to get it, y'all get, that's more for your homework. Read St. John, the whole 10th chapter. But the 22nd verse tells you that Yahweh, St. John 10:22 and 23, it says Yahweh went into the temple on the Feast of Dedication, which is Hanukkah. And this is a couple of hundred years later after the Most High gave the feast day during the time of the Maccabees. It's about 200 years later, Yahweh was keeping a Feast of Dedication, even though it's not mentioned in Leviticus 23. So you'll have some simple Hebrews that's going to come on your comment board and say, you're celebrating a Jewish Christmas. It said when the Maccabees took back the temple, I'm going to read it again. It said they decked also the forefront of the temple with crowns of gold and with shields, and the gates and the chambers they renewed and hanged doors upon them. Some brothers try to say that's the shield of David, but it doesn't say that. And shield of David that's not in the scriptures. Or a 6-pointed symbol for David. But some see the shield lot. No. We're not going to add to the scripture. It could have been different designs of shields. It could have been whatever. Right? It could have been lilies. Now the lily is the Lord's favorite flower, and that's a 6-pointed. The stargazer lily actually look like what's called the shield of David or 6-pointed star. Google stargazer lily. And for all of you star of Molech and star of Remphan Hebrews, and the 6-pointed star is evil. So then you're going to tell the Lord the lily, the stargazer lily is evil? When 2nd Ezra, the 5th chapter tells you that the lily is the Lord's favorite flower? I'm just saying. It's not to justify a symbol. If you don't want to wear the 6-pointed shield, knock yourself out. You super righteous bruise, I don't wear that star of Remphan because it's evil. Okay, fine. To each his own. But it's just a symbol at the end of the day. How many symbols you can go through on your house, your car, your clothes, and find that's off as hell? But you're going to still wear it. You're still going to drive the hell out of your car. So if we want to get simple, if we want to get over righteous, but my point being, some brothers say that's the shield. See that? Or some, to be fair, brothers say that could have been, but it doesn't say that. It just says gold shields. But we decorated and made the temple look nice for the Feast of Dedication. So the point being, you can decorate your home. Don't let no Hebrew put a burden on you in your mind that you're trying to be like Christmas. They're being over righteous. They trying to get in the kingdom 5 minutes before you, and they don't know the scriptures. And I'm going to make a bold statement, and I don't get proud with the word. I don't try to act like I know more than other brothers and sisters. But when it comes to certain basic things, you don't know a damn thing. You trying to, how Yahweh said it? You swallow a camel and strain out a gnat. Right? Look, it said right here in the history, they decked the temple. They put up decorate. Deck is short for decorations. They decked. Right? Cats be over righteous, but still rocking nice, which came from a prig. Of course, right? You know how many symbols you can go to that have demonic, I know some of y'all, as racist as Starbucks says, I know y'all still drink Starbucks coffee. The symbol on the Starbucks coffee cup is a demonic symbol when you go into different symbols. But I bet y'all be getting that Starbucks when y'all on your way to work in the morning. So don't drink Starbucks because the symbol on the cup, you holding a satanic symbol on your cup. You see how simple that is? Come on, man. But anyway, back to the fact of the matter. They decked the temple. That was the point. Thus was there very great gladness among the people, for that the reproach of the heathen was put away, meaning they took back the temple from the Greeks, and that reproach of the temple being defiled was taken away because they cleansed the temple. All right. Moreover, Judas and his brethren with the whole congregation of Israel ordained that the days of the dedication of the altar should be kept in their season from year to year by the space of 8 days, from the 25th day of the month Caslu, with mirth and gladness. So the feast of dedication, or the Hanukkah, the vanilla chai smack city. Yeah, y'all know y'all be liking them Starbucks drinks. Damn it, I drink them once in a while. Right, there's a damn $5 cup, $7 cup of sugar, but I drink them once in a while. What the hell? Some of them are good. I don't make a habit of it because there's a lot of sugar, but it's a treat every once in a while. I'm not going to be a hypocrite, all right? And don't say Starbucks is racist, Elder. I can't believe you go there and give them your money. Esau is racist, period. Don't pay your cell phone then, because Verizon is racist as hell. The executives at Verizon hate your black ass. So don't pay your cell phone bill then. Don't be simple, Israel. Come on. All right. But anyway, reading on. So it says they kept the dedication of the altar by the space of 8 days. So this is when the Feast of Dedication, Judas and the whole body of Israel ordained it. So being that they ordained it, meaning it was added to the feast day calendar of Israel. Let me just get St. John. Let me go ahead and get it. See, I was quoting the scriptures because all this stuff we're going to go over when we do the lesson anyway. You know what I'm saying? I was just trying to give y'all some homework so y'all can know about it. But anyway, let me read it. St. John 10:22. Y'all can write down in y'all notes. All right. Make sure y'all taking notes. St. John 10:22 and 23 with 1 Maccabees 4:59. See, the Bible links up. The Bible is going to precept itself. Even though in the ancient writers and Dead Sea Scrolls, they said they found precepts. They found where we would write, the ancient Hebrew scribes, we would write precepts of verses that went together. But the scriptures precepts itself also. Line upon line, here a little and there a little. St. John 10:22, and it was at Jerusalem, the feast of the dedication, and it was winter. So this is Yahushua in his latter years. Let's say, most scholars say Yahushua died in 29 BC, right? So let's say, for argument's sake, let's say this was around 27 BC, right before Yahushua died. Let's say 25 BC for argument's sake, all right? Hell, let's even say 29 BC, whatever. The first Feast of Dedication was circa 165, 164 BC. So you add that up. That's what, roughly almost 200 years, right? A little shy of 200 years. Almost 200 years later, Yahushua is keeping a Feast of Dedication. He's going into the temple to fellowship with the other Hebrews. St. John 10:22 again. So for all you Hebrews that say Hanukkah is not in the Torah, is a historical prophet. And I don't care if you Old Testament, even if you Old Testament. If you Old Testament only, you at least go from Genesis to Malachi and Maccabees. I've heard a lot of Old Testament Hebrews say that they accept the Maccabees. So now, even if you go Genesis to Maccabees, the history of the Feast of Dedication is there in Daniel. So when was that prophecy fulfilled from Daniel's the 8th chapter and 11th chapter that the Hebrews would go and cleanse the temple and dedicate it? It was during the time of the Maccabees, during the Greek Inquisition. If Daniel spoke about 4 kingdoms, right? Daniel spoke about Babylon, Persian, Medo, Greek, and Roman. If the Bible ends with the Medo-Persian captivity, where's the history of the Greek captivity? And then where's the history of the Roman captivity? Those 4 main historical periods had to be fulfilled according to biblical texts. So now, Maccabees is the fulfillment of the Greek captivity. Matthew's on the gospel on is the fulfillment of Roman captivity. That's why John was on the island of Patmos. It was a prison island that the Romans had where they would put people. All right. And John was accused of treason for preaching the gospel of Yahushua and the Jews. And he was banished to the island of Patmos, to the salt mine prison. All right. This is all in the history. So the New Testament, the Apocrypha in the New Testament is the fulfillment of the Greek and Roman captivities. This is basic stuff you can look up. All right. So where is that history that Daniel prophesied about? Where is it fulfilled? It's fulfilled in the rededication of the altar during the time of the Maccabees, which became an 8-day celebration known as Hanukkah or Hanukkah in the ancient Paleo-Hebrew, which means that it's a Hebrew word that means dedication. Right, reading on. St. John 10:22 again. And it was at Jerusalem, the feast of the dedication, and it was winter. And Yahushua walked in the temple in Solomon's porch. He walked into the temple, and y'all can read the rest of the story, verse 24 to 42. He starts teaching the people on the feast of dedication in the temple. And who was he teaching? Who was in the temple? The Jews, the Israelites. So he was teaching the Israelites. That's when he said, my sheep hear my voice. That's when he made that bold statement. If you led to Yahushua, you're going to hear his voice. So the point being, for those Hebrews that's going to come to you and try to make you feel guilty and say you're celebrating a Jewish Christmas or Hanukkah is not in Leviticus 23, they don't know the whole Bible. All right, Psalms 40:7 and Hebrews 10:7, Yahushua said, lo, I come in the volume of the book. You must go from Genesis to Revelation to get the whole gambit of the scriptures and prophecy and history and the stories. If not, if you're going to cut off half of the book, knock yourself out. Knock yourself out. Or you Christians, Psalms, Proverbs, in the New Testament, knock yourself out. You cutting off a whole half of the word of God. Yahweh Shema Mashiach Yahushai, whom the world even calls God in Jesus Christ. Reading on. 1 Maccabees 4:60. At that time also they builded up the Mount Zion with high walls and strong towers round about, lest the Gentiles should come and tread it down as they had done before. So every time, when you had a city, you built a wall around the city and you built battlements and towers to watch over the city to keep it from impending invasions. Right, 61. And they set there a garrison to keep it and fortified Bethsura to preserve it, that the people might have a defense against Idumea. Who's Idumea? It's the Greek way of saying Edom. Who's Edom? Esau, or the Edomites, which today would be the so-called white man of all nations. I recently heard a doctrine that every white person is not an Edomite. So I don't know. Some white people are Japhet, I guess. Some white people are Moab. Some white people are Ishmael. Some white people are Ham. Some white people may be Israel. But all white people are not Edomites. I don't know where that doctrine comes from now. All right. That's 1 Maccabees 4:54 to 61. That's the summary of 1 Maccabees chapters 1 through 4 and 50. Right? So now you go and y'all do your homework and read the first 4:51. You read the first 4 chapters of Maccabees, or try within the next 2 to 3 weeks. Y'all can do it. Try to read both 1st and 2nd Maccabees to get all the history and look up, things you don't understand, whatever. That's another thing. Y'all gotta learn to do your own studies and look things up. Brother asked me a question the other day, and I said, brother, that's something you can look up. The time it took you to send me the message, all right, the time it took you, Antipater, the Idumean, yeah. All right. They were known as the Idumeans, right? Which is the Greek word for Edom. All right. Any scholar will tell you that. Any history will tell you that. But the time it take, see, a lot of y'all have access to our social media like me. I'm open. I'm out there. I don't really, years ago, you wouldn't be able to find me. You ain't gonna catch me with a 10-foot pole. I just didn't deal with the public like that. I just taught, and you had to ask other brothers questions or whatever. But over the years, I made myself more accessible. Some to my detriment, but for the most part, it's good, right? But some of it, when you're too accessible, it can go left. All right. Let me see. Cornelius Mac McDowell. I did a lesson of Esau on my page. It's called The Tale of the Two Brothers. Con, brother. I hope your lesson was edifying. No, I'm just messing with you. All right, that's good, brother. Oh, yeah, Aharon. Oh, yeah, the weirdos that say Hanukkah dedication is not Leviticus 23. So that's why they don't celebrate it. Shaking my head. Yeah. And Aharon, you deal with the history, man. So you know all that Greek, Maccabee history, all that, Antiochus, Epiphanes, all those people existed. That history is real. That history is out there. You know, I know you deal with the history, Ox, so you know. All right? You know what I'm saying? So, brothers, you're not looking at all of the scripture. You're not looking at the prophetic part of the scripture. You're not looking at the history. And you're not understanding that the Lord do what the hell he want to do. Let me get Psalms real quick. Talking about it's not Leviticus 23. You adding a feast day. Let me show you, let me get a classic real quick. Check out what the Lord said. Psalms 115 verse 3. Check this out. Psalms 115 verse 3. It says, but our God, our power, Yahweh, is in the heavens. He have done whatsoever he have pleased. Who are you to tell the Most High? It stops with Leviticus 23. Right? The Most High can't add. He can't add. Remember, he said, whosoever add or take away. But the Lord is not adding or taking away from his own book. It was prophesied in death. I challenge you. I challenge you Hebrews that say Hanukkah is not Leviticus 23. It's a Jewish Christmas. It's made up. It's a made up feast day. I challenge you to read. Because even if you're an Old Testament Israelite, at best, you deal with the book of Daniel. So I challenge you, read the book of Daniel, the 8th chapter and the 11th chapter, and tell me what it's talking about. And when was it fulfilled? And this is not proud of anything. Y'all know the elder. I don't, all that. I know more than everybody else. I don't do that. I try to stay humble with the teachings and basic, but, and I don't get proud and I know more than you. It's not about that. But right is right and wrong is wrong. And some of you Hebrews always want to be right in a gainsaying spirit, but a lot of times you do ever not knowing the scriptures or the power of God. It just is what it is. Because there's stuff in here you can't deny. All right, the Most High says that he's going to add another feast day after Babylon the Great gets destroyed. I guess that's adding to the word for them weirdos also. Khan, excellent point. That's Jeremiah. All right, that's Jeremiah. With Shem, good quote, Shem. And Aharon, that's a good point y'all brothers is making. All right. And I'm not having respect to persons. I'm not just saying that because the brothers agreeing with my point, right? Don't get simple, Israel. But what they're saying is true to the point I'm making. I'm agreeing with them because it's true. I'm not having respect to persons to Shem or Aharon. What they're saying is true to the point of what I'm making. All right. This is Jeremiah, Salakia, Jeremiah 16:14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that it shall no more be said, Yahweh liveth that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But Yahweh liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north, and from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. So what's going to happen when we acknowledging and celebrating that day of us being delivered out of North America and all the lands we were scattered in? Because that's going to be a new feast. Like we had a feast day for Passover for coming out of Egypt. We have another feast day for coming out of Babylon, for coming out of America and all the other lands we were scattered in. What scripture is what, Yakim? Yeah, Daniel 8 and 11 is the prophecy of Hanukkah. Yes, it is, King Pender. But you gotta go into the history and understand what it's talking about. You can't just read it and say, oh, that's talking about whatever. You gotta read it and get the proper understanding and get the history with it. Not everybody can eat that meat off that bone. And that's not a shot at you, brother. It's just in general. Can you receive it? He that have ears to hear, let him hear. That's a lot of meat in Daniel 8 and 11. Can you receive that meat? But we're going to break that down in the weeks coming ahead and in the actual Hanukkah service. Oh, yeah. We're going to break it down because we got the understanding to bring it out. All right. Psalms 115 verse 3 again. But our power is in the heavens. He have done whatsoever he have pleased. So who are you to tell the Lord he got to stop at Leviticus, the 23rd chapter? It's not us adding a feast day. It's the Most High by H.O.I, H.O.I, whom the world ignorantly call God in Christ, adding a feast day. So what you going to tell him? Our power is in the heaven. He have done whatsoever he have pleased. So that's all we saying. But if you don't want to keep Hanukkah, it's a Jewish Christmas, knock yourself out. Just sit home all month December. Just read your Bible and wait for whatever feast that's going to come up next in Leviticus 23. It don't have to be no big argument or nothing. Shabbat Shalom, Uriel. H.O.I. Philly in the building. It don't have to be no big thing over it. To each his own. Knock yourself out. All right? But as for me and my house, we're going to serve the Lord. Because we see what's in the scriptures. Clearly what's in the scriptures. Y'all were done, Young Lion in the building. Kwame Ashala. H.O.I. Philly in the building. Back to back. So, this is just a little light lesson for y'all, you know, to get ready for the Feast of Dedication. That was that. That was Jeremiah. Let's go to 2 Maccabees 10 now. 2 Maccabees, the 10th chapter. Shabbat Shalom. I got to wrap this up because I got a few things to do before Shabbat come in. To get ready to fly out to Houston in the morning, Elder Torah is getting married. All praises. And I have to be on that plane 6 a.m. in the morning to get ready for the brother's wedding Sunday. All praises to Most High Yahweh for bringing Elder Torah and his beautiful bride-to-be together this Sunday, November 19th. By Hashem Mashiach Yahushai. Yeah, Uriel, you next, brother. You next, Doc. I'm going to have a marathon of weddings coming these next couple of years. All right, 2 Maccabees 10, no folly, right? 2 Maccabees 10 and 6. And it kept 8 days with gladness, as in the Feast of Tabernacles. So, you keep the Feast of Dedication or the Hanukkah as the Feast of Tabernacles, meaning you keep it for 8 days. And the first day, we're going to clear this up because over the years, H.O.I, I'll admit, I kind of went back and forth with this thing. But it's official. We keep the opening of Hanukkah and the closing of Hanukkah as Shabbos, as Sabbaths. There were some years we was a little confused with the history and the research and a few things I read and came across where it appeared as if Hanukkah Feast of Dedication was not a Shabbat on the opening and closing days. Only the new moon and a regular Shabbat that comes. Because you're always going to have a new moon and a Shabbat within the 8 days of Hanukkah. Because it falls on the 25th day of the month. And because it's 8 days. You're always going to have 7 days within 8 days. So you're always going to have a Shabbat. You possibly could have 2. But you're always going to have at least a regular Shabbat on the Feast of Dedication. If it starts on a Friday at evening, yes, you're going to have a double. You're going to have 2 regular Shabbats within the Feast of Dedication. If it starts any other day, you're going to have at least 1 Shabbat on the Feast of Dedication, right? Regular 7-day Shabbat. Now, we do celebrate the first day and the 8th day as Sabbath. So Wednesday, December 6th at even will be a Sabbath opening day of the Feast of Dedication on a Hanukkah. That Friday, December 8th at even will be the regular weekly Shabbat. Then the following week, that Monday, I believe, December 11th will be the new moon 10th month. That's a Sabbath. And then Wednesday, December 13th at evening, the closing of Hanukkah will be a Shabbat. But then that Thursday night, December 14th, Feast of Dedication is over. That's a regular day. And then you get into the regular weekly Sabbath on December 15th at evening. If everybody with me say con 777, if there's a little confusion, just go back over and watch the video. But because the Feast of Dedication is patterned after Feast of Tabernacle, the 1st and the 8th day, it's official. H.O.I, we keep those as Shabbats, as Sabbaths. I went over it with another elder a couple of years ago, and, you know, there was a little confusion. We was looking at Josephus and other history, and it was saying that Hanukkah possibly couldn't have been a Shabbat, but we made it official after going over it. It's patterned after dedication, so the opening and closing are Sabbaths. If any congregation, elder, brothers have a different understanding, do what the Spirit show you. I'm in no kind of situation to want to debate. All right. That's it. I'm solid with what I understand. I went over it through another trusted elder, and that's the conclusion we came to. And that's what's filtered down to our congregation. So Some pointers on how do you celebrate Feast of Dedication. There's nothing crazy or special to it. Like I said, every night at sundown, light your menorah for the whole entire 8 days. You can also, like I said, I light my menorah in the morning. I light it all throughout the time of the 8 days. All right. The first night, y'all should try to congregate somewhere in one of the states where we're having a service. Email me, houseofisraelnyc@gmail.com, to find out what state you're nearest to congregate. Even if I'm not there, I'm going to keep it on the West Coast this year. I'll be keeping it with H.O.I. Los Angeles this year. But H.O.I. have different locations. Whatever state you're near, we can connect you to that state to fellowship with our brothers and sisters in that state. If you're in the L.A. area, come on out and celebrate with the elder. If you're not here, damn it, get a ticket and fly out here if you got it like that. Nah. No respect to persons. You don't have to be where I'm at, but I would love the company, right? God, we have a small congregation in L.A., right? But most I wouldn't. I'll be on the West Coast this year for the Hanukkah unless he say something different. But on an opening day, you should try to congregate somewhere. Now, if you don't, if you just so happen to stay home or you still new, you're not familiar, whatever the case may be, you can't make it, then you light the menorah at sundown in your home. We will be going live from various different states, YouTube channels, lives on Facebook perhaps. You can tune into one of our lives, watch the lesson. If you happen to not be able to get on a lesson, when sun go down, light your menorah, light your frankincense and myrrh, and send up a prayer. Do the Lord's Prayer, Matthew 6:9-13, and just do a general prayer for the blessing of the Hanukkah, and read 1 Maccabees, the 4th chapter. All right, at least do that. For those of y'all that may not be able to get on a live and you're just celebrating in your home, at least do that. After reading 1 Maccabees, the 4th chapter, get the understanding to the best that you can. After that closes out, you close it out, do a closing prayer, or whatever other scriptures you can look up or we give you throughout the weeks for Hanukkah, read those also, right? And after that, say a prayer and close out. After you say the prayer and close out, you can eat, you can celebrate. The day before or the afternoon before the sun go down, you can cook. You can cook you a nice meal. Even on the Hanukkah, you can cook. You can cook on a Hanukkah because it's a feast and you're preparing food for the feast. Not like the regular Sabbath where you don't cook. On a feast day, it's an exception because you can cook on a Sabbath that falls on a feast day because you're cooking for the feast. So eat, drink, and be merry. All right, you can celebrate. You can give gifts if you want. Don't feel guilty like you're being like Christmas, all right? Because some Hebrews going to try to put that burden on you too. Don't get a damn tree and wrap and put gifts under it with Santa on it, but hey, I want to buy my child a nice toy. Happy Hanukkah. Is not well. Where there's no law, there's no sin. Nobody could, no over-righteous, supersonic, 5 minutes before everybody Hebrew, 5 minutes before everybody in the kingdom Hebrew can tell you, you going off trying to be like Christmas. No, there's no law. You can buy a gift. All right. And you're not substituting Christmas. You're just saying it's our true feast day. And I feel like giving my loved ones a gift. There's nothing wrong with that. If you say, I don't want to look like I'm celebrating a Jewish Christmas and don't want to give nobody a damn dollar to go to the store, knock yourself out. Don't do nothing. If you super over righteous, my daughter needs a winter coat, but I'm not going to buy it during Hanukkah because I don't want to seem like I'm celebrating Christmas. So then your daughter going to freeze. Over righteous Negro. Buy your daughter a damn coat. Right? Salakia, y'all. It's December. It's cold outside. Some of y'all are simple as hell. Salakia, y'all. And I don't like to get into this. I don't like to get into this. Your daughter's boots rip and her feet are exposed. Y'all silly. All right, but between December 6th and December 14th, I'm not going to buy my children nothing because I don't want to seem like I'm buying them Hanukkah gifts like I'm trying to celebrate Christmas. So she's just going to have to wear her boots and her feet going to have to be cold. Because I don't want to, some of y'all don't have common sense when you come in this damn truth. Buy your child the boots so their feet don't freeze off. You over-righteous damn imbecile. But anyway, let me string it back. Let me string it back. Salakia, y'all. Right? Listen, I'm not making this stuff up. This is some of the stuff I've heard over the years, Israel. This is some of the stuff I've heard. Buy your child a coat and just say, hey, you need a new coat. It happened to be the 8 days of Hanukkah. Hey, happy Hanukkah, you need a new coat anyway. But some of y'all are over-righteous. No, my child just got to be cold because I don't want to look like I'm celebrating Christmas. Yeah? And say, knock it off, y'all. Shut. I'm telling you, the stuff I've heard over the years, I pray Israel is in a better place now. I pray Israel is not over-righteous and they're in a better place now of understanding. But y'all come into the truth and lose common sense. Now, throughout the 8 days, like I said, you can celebrate, you can cook, you can eat, you can drink. All right? Read the law, read the Psalms, pray, read a scripture every day. Try to read a scripture every day on Hanukkah. Or read a chapter of Maccabees each day, or 2 chapters of Maccabees. Or throughout the 8 days, time yourself, all right? Throughout the 8 days, say I'm going to do 2-3 chapters of Maccabee each day, and throughout the 8 days, read the whole story of Maccabees. Shalom, Adah. All right, read the whole story of Maccabees throughout the 8 days. Get creative, all right? You can eat, you can drink, you can go out. You can treat yourself, you can treat your family. You can go shopping if you want. Treat yourself. You're not trying to celebrate. Because it's December don't mean we can't help it when our feast day come. So we ain't supposed to do nothing because we don't want to be like, we don't want to seem like we in a Christmas spirit. No, you're in a Hanukkah spirit. Don't be over-righteous, Israel. All right? Reading on. 2 Maccabees 10 and 6. And they kept 8 days with gladness, as in the Feast of Tabernacles. Remembering that not long afore they had held the Feast of Tabernacles when as they wandered in the mountains and the dens like beasts. All right? Yeah. I got to find that video. Sister Netta, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you brought that to my memory. There's a video of some brothers, and we can, like, from general research, we can see this. But there was a video of some brothers. I want to say these brothers, I think they were from Canada. It was a Hebrew group of brothers. And they did an excellent video years ago. This was like back in 2010. And I'm still looking for that video where they brought out all the comparisons of the history of Hanukkah and Christmas. And they actually brought out about 5 or 10 points that showed Christmas was actually copying off of Hanukkah. By Shema Mashiach Yahushua. And, you know, I've got general history and stuff we can go into when we do the lesson and show you that. But I give it to the brothers, man. I didn't know who these brothers were. They were a camp. I think they might have been from Canada or they might have been from the States. But they did a very good lesson on how Hanukkah actually copied off of Christmas. I mean, Christmas actually copied off of Hanukkah. So if you're not going to buy your child nothing in December or during the week of Hanukkah because you don't want to seem like you're celebrating a Jewish Christmas, then shame on you. You do ever not knowing the scriptures or the power of God, and you don't have common sense. Don't come in the truth and get simple, Israel. Moving on. So it says, therefore they bear branches and fair boughs and palms also, and sang psalms unto him that had given them good success in cleansing this place, meaning cleansing the temple. So you don't necessarily have to get the palms and the branch. I mean, you can do it, but that was something unique they did back then because they couldn't properly keep the Feast of Tabernacles in the 7th month because they were fighting the Greeks. They kept it, but not like they have wanted to. So they incorporated the Feast of Tabernacles into the Feast of Dedication or Hanukkah at that time just to make up for not being able to properly keep it in the 7th month. All right, so that's what they did during that first Hanukkah or Feast of Dedication during the Maccabees. But we don't necessarily have to do that now. If you want to as a memorial, there's no sin in that. All right, Salakia. They ordained also by a common statute and decree that every year those days should be kept of the whole nation of the Jews. So yes, Remember the Lord told Peter, whatsoever is bound on earth is bound in heaven. The Lord bound this day through Judas and the Maccabees and the whole nation of the Jews, that this will be an official feast day amongst our calendar. So all you Israelites that say it ain't in Leviticus 23, you can't just add a feast day. The Lord added it. Now what you going to tell him? Psalms 115 verse 3, he does whatever he wants to do. All right, don't get over righteous and simple and lose common sense, Israel. The Lord can add a feast day if he wants to. We can't, but he can. We can do it, but it has to be ordained by him. So they were allowed, they were ordained by a common statute and decree. A decree is what? An established order. When you look up the word decree. So the Feast of Dedication of Hanukkah became an established order amongst the Hebrews calendar as an official feast day and celebration of us whooping the hell out of the Greeks, taking back our temple, and rededicating it or dedicating it back to the Most High by Shema Mashiach Yahushua. So don't get over righteous and simple. Celebrate your Feast of Dedication, your Hanukkah this year in the spirit. Eat, drink, and be merry and be happy. There's really no restrictions. On a regular Shabbat, you can cook also, yes, because it's during the 8 days of the feast. All right. On a regular Shabbat, you abstain from buying and selling and all the other ordinances of the regular Shabbat. But we believe and teach at H.O.I that you can cook and prepare food on the regular Shabbat because it's during the 8 days of the Feast of Dedication. Now, you might have another camp that want to stone us to death. Shalom Zaquan. Right? You might have another camp that teach something different that want to stone us to death. Elder Zabach and H.O.I is off, teaching you can kindle fire on the Lord's Sabbath. He's wicked for that. That's why I don't follow them. I'm unsubscribing from their YouTube now. Hey, if you're more righteous, you're gonna get in the kingdom 10 minutes before me. Fine, brother. But we don't see it that way. It's a feast. So what do you do with a feast? You eat, you celebrate, you drink, you be merry. So we respectfully disagree. Now the regular Shabbat, you don't cook. Now we know some of Israel debate about that, but whatever the case may be. But the regular laws of the Shabbat, no buying and selling. And unless you buying something for the feast. Let's say the Sabbath come. Let's say some brothers and sisters might have people over to their house. Hey, let's celebrate the regular Shabbat and the 4th day of Hanukkah, right? Sometimes you could do that. That's another thing. You can celebrate the 8 days, Some days we'll say, hey, 6th night of Hanukkah, what we doing? We coming together? Hey, we're going to gather at such a brother house. We're going to cook. We're going to have some games. We're going to have some activities for the children. And we're going to celebrate the 5th, 6th night of Hanukkah, whatever, right? Let's say you're having people over and it's like, okay, we're going to have a Shabbat lesson or we're going to watch some videos and we're going to eat and rejoice. It's the 4th day of Hanukkah and the Shabbat. All right, we here. Oh, man, we forgot to get plates. Oh, how somebody forget the plates? Well, it's the Sabbath. We can't go buy or sell. So I guess you can give me my food in my hand and I'm going to just eat it like this. All right, don't be simple, Israel. We can't go buy no plates, so you just going to put my food in my hand. All right, oh no, I got some napkins. Put my food on a napkin. I'll eat off this napkin. Your food falling all through the napkin. Hey, don't be simple, Israel. Go out, get the plates. Most High Yahweh shall have mercy. We forgot. How could we forget the plates? Next time we got to be on point. I'm going to go get the plates so after the lesson we can eat. Everybody understand, Khan? Don't be simple. But a lot of y'all say, I can't buy the plates till sundown, so, oh, well, if you're going to wait till sundown to eat, fine. Because you want to still keep the not buying and selling on the Sabbath, knock yourself out. Or you're going to eat out of your hand because you don't have no plates and you don't want to buy a plate on the Shabbat, plates on the Shabbat, knock yourself out. But anyway, no folly. That's a very basic understanding on how you celebrate Hanukkah. Eat out your shoe out, Khan. 1, 2, buckle my shoe. 3, 4, knock at the door. Right? Nursery rhymes. No folly. But, I guess wait till sundown. Well, the sun go down early. We just gonna wait. Okay, wait. Service ended at 2. You got to wait till 5:30 to eat. All right. I guess eat the cold cuts or whatever's available. Snack on the chips till the sun go down because you don't want to go buy plates on the Sabbath. Or eat out your hand. Be my guest. All right. So any questions before I get off of here? I'm about to close out because the Shabbat is coming in for me. And I want to get into that. Get into the Shabbat here. Yeah, we got about maybe 20 minutes of daylight left. It's already kind of getting dark. So yeah, any questions or comments before I sign out? Of course, I was on here longer than I wanted to be. Your birthday, H.O.I, we don't condemn celebrating your birthday. We don't believe in all the worldly, the Babylonian history of it or whatever it is, but we're not over righteous about it. If you want to, like I put up a post the other day because my daughter turned 10, right? But I put a disclaimer. I said, look, it's not a big Babylonian birthday bash I'm having. I'm just acknowledging and thanking the Most High for my daughter seeing another year. I don't see nothing wrong with that. But I have been condemned as an elder because of my stance on birthday, because I don't curse people out and say, F you, don't say happy birthday. I've been condemned for that as an elder. Because some people, and I'm going to make a bold statement. Most Israelites don't know what the hell they're saying when they say you're not supposed to celebrate your birthday. You know why I say that? Because they're going off of that Babylonian history, and they're going off of them conspiracy books where they say your birthday is the highest satanic day of the year. It's self-worship. No. If I say I thank the Most High for letting me see another year, how is that high satanic worship? And I love you brothers and sisters, but a lot of y'all that condemn birthdays, y'all really don't know what y'all talking about. And the scriptures y'all pull, it have nothing to do with the day that you're born. Right? When Job said, why I didn't die from the womb, Job was talking about the distress that he was in with the Most High bringing. He wasn't saying curse the day that he was born. When Solomon said, Zaab, about a week, King. When Solomon said, better is the day of death than the day of life, because what? A lot of times, in day of birth, or what I'm paraphrasing, because a lot of times what happened, like they call funerals today, they call it a celebration of your life. Because when you die, you are at peace, and your life is celebrated. A lot of times when you're born into this wicked-ass world to suffer these curses. It's not necessarily saying curse the day that you're born. Understand this. How is the day that you're born cursed when that's the day the Lord picked to bring you into earth? Does that make any sense, y'all? People be saying, F my birthday. Don't fucking say happy birthday to me. How is it cursed? And I'm not, listen, don't get simple. I'm not necessarily advocating for a big, ow, I'm 40, I'm about to turn up, ow, 40th birthday bash, ow, where my cake at, shorty? Right? Because, yeah, the cake and certain things does have certain Babylonian customs to it. So whatever. But I know brews that don't have a problem with that. Right? But I actually know Israelites that say, I'm going to curse somebody else if they say happy birthday. And you can't do that. If your day of birth is so cursed, why did the Lord pick that day to bring you into earth? That's all I'm saying. So the answer to that is, me personally, you're not going to see me have a big birthday bash and all that. Can you eat cake? Yes. You can eat cake. If that's the case, don't eat cake. When in Jeremiah, when it talks about baking cakes to the Queen of Heaven, that means they were baking cakes in reverence to Semiramis, Nimrod's mother. So that means you can't eat cake. If I eat a cake, that means I worship Nimrod's mother. Now, when it comes to the birthday, certain customs was connected to that, but that's man-made customs. If I'm making Sunday dinner, I feel like baking a damn cake and eating it, then that's what I'm gonna do. Or if I want to eat cake any day. So Israel try to be so righteous and so deep, and they lose common sense. So that's what I'm saying. If I sit and say, thank the Most High for letting me see another year, and I want to take a shot of cognac, I don't see no sin in that. If I want to go out and eat dinner and say, I'm glad to see another year, there's no sin in that. And there's no scripture you can pull to show that. But But myself and that H.O.I, if you want to say F my birthday, knock yourself out, to each his own. If you want to read some book on Satanism and say the birthday is the highest satanic day of the year, where it's self-worship, then fine. Don't acknowledge the day that you're born. Knock yourself out. But me personally, it don't make sense to me. It don't add up to me. That's me personally. Now, a lot of y'all can say the elder going off. I'm not going to follow him no more. I'm not going to watch H.O.I. I'm unsubscribe for them. You're going to say that the elder advocates birthdays? Okay, fine. But I'm just not an over-righteous damn maniac where I'm just going to say, fuck you, don't say nothing about my birthday. People come on my timeline on my born day, hey, thank the Most High for seeing another year. That's it. And keep it pushing. So that's my stance on it, and H.O.I. stance on it. And we got brothers, we got lessons where we go into the history of birthdays and the pagan connections to them. But at the same time, if you say thank the Most High for seeing another year and take a damn shot of damn gin, am I to curse you out and say F you celebrating your birthday? But people that don't, like, I know brothers and sisters, they don't even want you to mention that as their born day. Fine. All right? Right. Yeah, I've always, had a drink or, might have went out and had some dinner, saw a movie, thanked the Most High for another year. Sometimes I just sit my ass home and it's just another day. I don't know. It depends on the year. Or sometimes I might just put up on Facebook, thank the Most High for another year. That's it. The cake and all that. Nah, not really. When I turned 50, I had an eldership celebration, but that's different because I was going into my eldership. And Israel tried to condemn me and say I was having a 50th birthday bash. But no, when you read the book of Numbers, 50 is when you reach your eldership. All right? Yeah, all the making a wish and blowing out the candles, that go into certain Babylonian paganism also. But you gonna tell me I can't eat cake? Cake is cake. I'm not taking the cake and saying, this is in reverence to Semiramis, the queen of heaven. I baked this for you, O great Babylonian goddess of heaven and earth. No. If I want a slice of damn chocolate cake, I'm gonna eat a slice of chocolate cake on any damn day. I know I ain't dedicating it to Semiramis. But, and there's a lot of y'all, you're afraid of what other Hebrews going to say. That's what it is. But you don't want to acknowledge your birthday, don't acknowledge it. Knock yourself out. I know brothers and sisters, right? Even in H.O.I, you don't even know it's their birthday. And I don't say nothing to them. I don't even say thank the Most High for another year. Because I don't even know. Because, sometimes to give brothers the benefit of the doubt, some brothers and sisters want to abstain from all appearance of evil. So they don't want other Hebrews to judge them. But me personally, I've always been a kind of person, like, I don't give a damn what somebody else really say. Well, no, because I don't want to seem proud and arrogant. I care, but then I don't care. In other words, if I say thank the Most High for letting me see another year and I take a shot of yak to the head, I don't see where nobody can condemn me. And you can say something, but I don't, I've had it happen to, I've had people unfollow H.O.I and not deal with us no more because they said we celebrate and we condone birthdays because I explained our stance on it. And one year, I think a sister affiliate that congregates with H.O.I, she been congregating with us for a couple of years. But she congregates with a lot of Israel. She was like, it was a new moon and she turned a certain age that day. And she said, you mind if y'all acknowledge me on that day? I said, fine, sis. And I told her, I said, hey, such and such is this years old. All praise to the Most High Yahweh, because she's an elder sister in the nation that have helped to guide younger sisters. And that's it. But I know camps that celebrate have birthday parties and everything, and they will curse you out if you try to condemn them. And got certain scriptures to justify them doing it. I don't condemn them either. That's their understanding. All right, so everybody understand? But I'm not going to say F the day that I was born. That makes no sense. That's the day the Lord chose me to bring me in the earth. So that's all. I'm not saying, you're saying that, brother. But just to elaborate on the whole birthday thing. All right. Every year, I'm glad I give praises to the Most High. Karash said, how did Luke know Christ was 30 years old? Because his family acknowledged his 29 other birthdays, keeping track. Luke 3:23. Hey, the elder has spoken. All right. All right. Now that's a higher elder than me, Elder Karash, in age and wisdom. Going back to the foundation days of One West. The elder has spoken. Don't shoot the messenger. That's a older and higher elder than me in the spirit. I mean, you know, Yahweh loves us all, but here's a brother that I came in learning from, the Elder Karash of the Masharah Yasha'ala, the government of Israel. How did they know Christ was 30 years old? If they said F the day he was born. So if we say F the day that we're born, I know y'all can say, well, they just have records. Of course you know the day that you're born, but the Most High said F that day. Okay, but does that really make sense if you think about it, Israel? And because I've heard Hebrews say this, F the day that I was born. I've heard Israelites say the Most High don't give a F about the days that we're born. So why did he choose that day to bring you into earth? Oh, over righteous one. The elder just put it, Luke 3:23. How did they know Christ was 30 years old if they didn't keep track of the day he was born? If they didn't keep track of his birthdays? The birthday is just the day you're born. People act like the word birthday got demons on it. It just means the day you were born. But don't say birthday. Birthday just means the day your mother gave birth to you. Israel is bugged out. And I usually don't get like this, y'all. I'm usually much more calm, but the date our actual birthday will never come again. It comes every year, sis. It's date, not day. That day has passed. It's the date that comes around. But that's still the date that you were brought into the earth. It's the same every year. That's why they track your age. That's why they were able to know that Christ was 30 years old. I know what you're saying. You're getting technical with it, but it's still the day that you were born 20 years ago. It was a day that you were born 30 years ago. It was a day that you were born 40 years ago. So you have to acknowledge that date every year to know how old you are. That's all we're saying. I know what you're saying. You're getting technical saying that's not the actual day you were born. You was only born one time. You was only born one time. We understand that. But if that same day comes every year, the day you was born, that means it comes every year. Here's another year. Now you're 1 year old. Here's another year. Now you're 2 years old. We got this date to calculate how old you are. So the day of your birth, it has to be some acknowledgement of the day of your birth, even in this society. Yeah, they don't continue to celebrate people's passing every year, the celebration of life or funeral or whatever. Right? Because when you what I was about to say, yeah, like if you go to a bar to get a drink, tell them, oh, F my birthday, it don't matter. My birthday don't matter. Just give me a drink. No. Your ass better show that ID that you're 21 or thou gettest no drink. I see Mahar, get my Mahar voice. I'll get my Mahar voice on now. Thou gettest no drink. Thou gettest no drinkers. If you don't show that ID to show with your date of birth on there that you're 21. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not, this is not an advocation for birthdays. All right. Right. Thou gettest right. Y'all was stop. Thou gettest no drinkers, sir. Don't show that ID with your birthday on it. Right? Or sister, be natural. I'm not trying to make mockery of you or nothing, but go to the bar and tell them, well, that's just the day I was born. That don't matter. That was only one day. I'm not trying to be funny, sis, but you know, I'm saying the day that you're born does matter to a degree in this society, even in the scriptures. All right, even in the scriptures. No, I know what you're saying, sis. I know what you're saying, sis. But all the right, Adam had 930 birthdays. What about Methuselah? Right, what was Methuselah? 969? All right. So when you read, even in Genesis, it gives the table of men's ages. So they had to keep up with those days in order for them to know their ages. That's all we're saying. There has to be some acknowledging of the day that you're born according to scripture. That's all I'm saying. But if y'all want to say after the day I was born, that's a high satanic day, then knock yourself out. That's all we're saying. But to the brother Pender, I was just elaborating on, you know, my understanding on it, my take, H.O.I. take on it. Yeah, okay, yeah, I see what you're saying, sis. That's what, you know, I wasn't trying to be funny or nothing, but yeah, that's all. All right. You know, at the end of the day, the Most High is the one that brought us into this earth, and he's the one that chose that particular date, whatever the date may be, year to year, you know. Ecclesiastes 3:1, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted, a time to kill and a time to heal, a time to break down and a time to build. But verse 2, a time to be born and a time to die. So what is the time to be born? Your birth date. So it has to be, like I said, if you don't want to get into the high Babylonian ritual of baking cakes, like I said, you can bake a cake. The scriptures condemn baking cakes to the Queen of Heaven. And with certain Babylonian history you read, they would do that on these certain days. Like December 25th is Nimrod's birthday. December 25th is not Yahushai's birthday. Yahushai was born around the Passover. December 25th is Nimrod's birthday. The ancient Babylonian God. So that's what you're celebrating on December 25th. Right. If I turn, if most I will, I'll be 52 next month. If I want to have a shot of some gentleman jack and say thank the Most High for another day in the world, for another day in the world, that's what I'm going to do. And what people going to say, Elder, you going off? I'm not following H.O.I. no more. What can I do? You know, go follow the camp that says F the day that I was born. And I'm not saying that to be proud or negative, just I can't make you, but I'm not going to force an over-righteous understanding on myself to please other Hebrews. I'm not going to do that. I got too many years in this thing. I have to be pleasing somebody else because of what now. I don't want to make it, nah. Like sometime, I might not wear the shield sometime. I got a lion on today or whatever. Sometime, or I might not put it on my garment just to avoid unnecessary debates and arguments. But sometimes I might say, put the shield on my garment, brother. Whatever Israel going to say, they going to say. Or put the six-pointed symbol, the lily, the Lord's favorite flower. Yeah, put it on my garment. Israel going to talk, they going to talk. And yes, I've had Hebrews that stop following me, stop following my teachings because of that. And that's fine. You know, go with the camp that don't wear the shield and say F the day that I was born. Right? Come on. The elder says Satan don't create nothing. He got the idea. He got the idea to celebrate birthdays from Yahweh who document birth to death years. We just read the Ecclesiastes 3:2. A time to be born and a time to die. Yeah, that's how I look at it. Every year is number one, a year closer to the kingdom, and the Most High spared my life. A lot of black men don't, a lot of so-called black, Latino, Native American men don't even make it to 30, 20. Nowadays, with these young drill rap op dudes, these dudes is dead by 15, 16, 17. So if I make it to next month, you damn right I'm going to thank the Most High. I might have a little shot of something and be like, yeah, Lord, I made it, the water. Now, I'm going to have the big cake and turn up and all that. No, I haven't had a birthday party in probably since I was in the world. But right before I came into the truth, I think my sisters threw me a big birthday party in Brooklyn. I think I turned, I forgot how I turned. But that was the last time I had a birthday party. My celebration in 2021, that was an eldership because I turned 50. That was, and my wife wanted to, she wanted to honor my eldership. There's a difference. And Israel condemned me for that and said I had a big 50th birthday party. But I don't give a damn. It was somebody wanted to do something nice for me as an induction into my eldership. Because your eldership is at 50 technically. So I said, okay, when somebody want to do something for you, you know, it's kind of rude to not accept the gift, depending on what that gift is. So I said, all right, let's have this celebration. I know it's not a birthday party. It's not a big 50th bash. But I know congregations that do 50th bashes and will go scripture to scripture with you and tell you, no, you're going off for judging them. And I don't judge them. You know? Right? So it is what it is. Yeah, I remember we turned up in One West. And I missed the party, but no, for my born day, when I first came into One West, Maharakah, Gabar, Alahayim, Asha Sha'ala, and Torah, we all went to a club called Sweetwaters, and the brothers treated me for drinks. And we had a good time. Got a little faded, but we ain't gonna tell the rest of that story, right? That was my first year in One West, and the brother said, oh, Zabach, let's take you out for a drink, man, and here's some good music. We didn't have like a party, but my brothers in One West took me out. We had a Heineken and Manischewitz, all kinds, but, you know, just memories, man, of mine. That was my first year in One West. But anyway, no father. The brother asked about birthdays, and we just went on and on. This video is about the Hanukkah coming up. So, Feast of Dedication is coming up, Hanukkah. Salakia, y'all, I would have did this video earlier. I always try to give y'all a light, real basic announcement video for new people, especially how to celebrate the Hanukkah, what day is coming up. Don't forget, get y'all menorahs, all right? I got the menorahs. This is the 7-inch, Jerusalem on one side, Shalom on the other side. This is the 10-inch. They can come as a set of 2 or a set of 3. All right. These are just the 2 I have for now, 7-inch and 10-inch. Inbox me or email me at houseofisraelnyc@gmail.com to get your menorahs. I don't discuss prices openly. You got to email me to get pricing and shipping information. I also have 5-inch, 6-inch, 7-inch, 10-inch, 12-inch, 15-inch, 16-inch, 18-inch, 21-inch, 24-inch, and 3 feet, 36-inch. All of those will be shown in pictures and advertisements coming up within the next days and weeks. We only got less than 3 weeks for Hanukkah. So everybody get prepared and ready. If you don't have your menorahs, get them in your homes. I'll hook you up. I got decent, fair prices, not to discuss business on the Shabbat. Don't be over righteous. And you can get your menorahs because you need them in your house for your 8 days of Hanukkah. I'm fair. I don't do this to make a lot of money or merchandise off Israel. But, you know, just so you can have your Hanukkah. Yeah, Sister Netta got hers. I got hers a couple of weeks ago. She got it quick. So, outside of that, we can further discuss that sundown tomorrow after the Shabbat. You know, don't judge me, Israel, for the over-righteous brews. But I got anywhere from 5-inch to 3 feet, all right, that you can order from me. But it's getting into the Shabbat, so I'm going to close out so I can get into my prayer and get into my Shabbat. Get ready to get this flight. Elder Torah is getting married tomorrow in Houston, Texas. Y'all congratulate him and his new wife to be. We will be down in Houston tomorrow evening teaching downtown Houston, Texas. The wedding is Sunday, but tomorrow we're going to do camp and break bread and get ready for the wedding Sunday. So I'll be in Houston tomorrow. Any Hebrews in the Houston area, come out tomorrow. We didn't really make a big announcement because it's more about the elder's wedding, but we are going to be out there teaching and fellowshipping for the brews that know. You know, quite a few brews know, and now we making it known. So come on out. Yeah, congratulations to the elder and his new bride. Coming out to Houston, and I'll be in Detroit next weekend. Don't forget about the skate party in Detroit next weekend. Come out and support that. If you're not able to make it, you can support. You can purchase a ticket, and we will donate it to somebody else where they can skate. So we're having an H.O.I. first annual skate party in Detroit, Michigan. That's next Saturday night. All right. So I'll be in Houston tomorrow and in Detroit next weekend for those that want to fellowship and break bread. All right. But that's about it. Also, I may be in D.C. in December, DMV area in December. I'll keep y'all posted on that date. And I'll be in L.A. for the Feast of Dedication of Hanukkah. Anybody in the L.A. area, come on out with the elder and H.O.I. Los Angeles and celebrate Hanukkah out here on the left coast, which is the best coast now. No folly. So Hanukkah's coming up. Get your menorahs, get your preparations, get your food, your drinks, decorate your house, give gifts if you want to. There's no sin in none of that. It's not a Jewish Christmas. It's not in Leviticus 23, but the Lord added it to the calendar prophetically in Daniel's the 8th chapter and Daniel's the 11th chapter. So celebrate it because it is one of our feast days. Cincinnati, sis, I'm coming, sis, I'm coming. I ain't forget about y'all in Ohio. I'm overdue for a trip to Ohio. I ain't been there since I was with H.O.I and them when I did the brother's wedding. I was in Columbus like 3 years ago. I haven't been there since then. Haven't been to Ohio since then. Got your menu ready? Good, sis. Good. All right, I'm coming to have a drink with you on your born day. No, I'm just kidding. No folly. All right, but don't shoot me, y'all, about the born day. But do whatever the Spirit show you. You want to curse your born day out, that's on you. You want to just say thank the Most High for another year, that's on you. As for me and my house, either way, we're going to serve the Lord. So I'm going to sign off with that. Once again, Hanukkah's coming up December 6th through December 13th this year. The closing is December 13th, but it's actually over sundown December 14th, that Thursday. Once again, get your menorahs. You need your menorahs in your home to burn. I just got the 7-inch and 10-inch. That's all I have here to show now. I will have pictures of all the other sizes from 5-inch all the way up to 3 feet. Almost damn near as tall as me because I'm a short man. So get your menorahs in. Get your frankincense and myrrh. Bibles, apocryphas, of course, you should have that already. Get your house in order. Clean your house. Decorate. Make it look nice. And celebrate your Hanukkah. Get your foods ready. You know, and cook your nice foods. Make your nice drinks. Right? Yes, sis. I acknowledge I just say date instead of day. Con, that's right. Birth dates. I'm feeling that, sis. All right. You learned something new. And I wasn't getting on you earlier. You know you my sister. You know how we get down. You know you my sister. But I'm just bringing some reasoning to the table, that's all. Just having a little fun with it. But you know you my sister. Date, not day. I'm going to steal that. Right? In righteousness. Thou shalt not steal, but I'm going to steal that in righteousness. All right, Israel. So I'm going to close out. Everybody have a beautiful Hanukkah season. Everybody stay away from that thanks stealing next week. As always, back in 2012, me and Maharakar, we did a real good lesson on proving the Gadites are Native American Indians and some history of Thanksgiving. Every year we share that video for everybody. It's a good edifying video we did some years ago. And brothers at H.O.I are going to have some updated videos on Thanksgiving. One of the younger brothers from Philly, shout out to Yeshaya, H.O.I Philadelphia. He's going to come with a lesson, a good deep lesson on Gad and the history of Thanksgiving, you know. So, you know, H.O.I have some newer videos with some of the history on Gad and Thanksgiving, you know, to edify you. All right. That's what it's about. I let my young brothers come up and bring out their research, whatever. You know, the young lions be on fire, man. They got all this new, you know, they all tech savvy with this new stuff, so they be digging up that information. All right, King, so I'm going to sign off. Kwame Ashala, we still got next. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. All praise to Yahweh, Yahweh Shai forever and ever. Amen. H.O.I to the chariots fly. Don't scream it if you don't mean it. All the camps in Yahweh, Yahweh Shai throughout the four corners of the earth. H.O.I pull up, boys. Bring it out. All my brothers, all the camps of the nation of Israel that are sincere in Yahweh and Yahweh Shai all throughout the four corners of the earth. Once again, Hanukkah is coming up Wednesday, December 6th. Starts the first day, 9th month, 25th day at even. Celebrate that day. Gather with a congregation in a city near you. Come on out and keep the feast. Keep the feast for the rest of the 8 days with you and your family. Do the new moon and the closing and the Sabbath in between the 8 days. And make sure you celebrate your feast of dedication this year. Make sure you get your your menorahs. All right, I have 7-inch and 10-inch here again. Oh, Elder, you just trying to advertise your menorahs. Don't get simple. But you need your menorahs to burn for the 8 days of Hanukkah. So contact me on here, Kanai Zabach, or House of Israel NYC at gmail.com. House of Israel NYC at gmail.com. All right, so I'm going to sign off. Kwam Yashala, Shabbat Shalom, happy Sabbath. Sabbath is here. Ashar Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah. Coming up December 6th. Everybody have a blessed feast of dedication season. Blessed Shabbat. And if you're in Houston or Detroit, holla at me so we can break bread. Kwam Yashala. All praise to Yahweh by Shem Mashiach Yahushua forever and ever. Amen. Shabbat Shalom, Ashar Shabbat, Ashar Hanukkah. Happy Sabbath, happy Feast of Dedication, Hanukkah 2023. Shalom. Kun. Kwam Yashala. Kun. Shalom.